Welcome back, everyone. Hope you are doing well and ready to practice. My name's Emma. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me on your mat. Today we are going to work into Birds of Paradise, and if that sounds a little bit intimidating, don't worry. I always offer lots of steps and modifications so you can see the road to get there, but if that's not suiting you today, then at least you know for the future if you'd like to give it a shot. So it's going to be a lot of hips, some chest opening. Let's go ahead and get started on our back. If you ever want to add some music to these classes, you can find me on Spotify as well. My name is just Emma Pigeon, and most of my playlists are yoga related, so you can kind of choose any of those, and they should be set in an order that goes well with most of these classes. So once you find yourself on your back, you can extend your legs all the way, arms by your side, or bring the bottoms of your feet to touch in Superbadaknasana. Try to make one adjustment to make yourself more comfortable, whether that's walking the shoulder blades underneath you, maybe parting your lips, or closing your eyes. One thing to just bring about a little bit more peace. So by choosing this video, choosing to roll out your mat, you've already made the active decision to set aside some time for yourself. So I encourage you throughout the practice just to come back to the four corners of your mat, not let any distractions, whatever's going on at home, anything you have planned for the rest of the day, kind of keeping that off of the four corners of your mat through the remainder of the practice. Some of my favorite ways to do this are just focus on my breathing, maybe turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. Let's take a deep full breath in. Open mouth, deep sigh. One more just like that. Fuller breath in. Bigger breath out. Extend your legs, extend your arms. Full body stretch. Maybe even arch your back so you kind of feel the ribs flare up. Some space between your lower back and the mat. Palms are facing up. Hook your thumbs together and almost like you're trying to pull the hands away from each other, and then flex your feet. Try to pull the lower back down to the mat. So your inner thighs engage, your abdomen engages. Try to melt the shoulders down away from the ears. Even though it might not look like you're doing a lot, you should feel this a lot in your core. Think of pulling your hips towards your ribs towards your hips. 3, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2, 1, knees into your chest. Right knee stays in, plant your left foot, and then stack your right ankle over your left knee, half happy baby. Use your right hand on your ankle or your foot to kind of pull the shin down towards the knee. If this is not a big enough stretch for you, extend your left leg all the way forward, foot flexed. I like left arm out to the left to stabilize. Try to keep your shoulder blades on the mat and breathe into that right hip for 3, 2, 1. Right knee across to the left. Cactus your right arm, palm face up. Shoulder blades stay on the mat. Gaze towards the right. As you unwind, I'll have you cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Stamp your left heel down, arms by your side. Pick your hips up for figure 4 bridge. Let your right knee fall down towards the mat. Keep your foot flexed. Stamp through your left heel for 3, 2, 1, lower your hips down. Remove your right leg and then bring both bottoms of the feet together again for Superbadaknasana. Press through the outsides of your feet. Try to lift your hips up for a butterfly bridge. So the knees are falling out. You're firming your glutes towards each other and pressing the outer blades of the feet towards each other. Nice opening through your hips. And then slowly lower that down. Extend your legs, extend your arms. Again, arch your back, the ribs flare up. Keep those palms facing up as you cross your thumbs, opposite thumb on top, and then imagine you're trying to pull the hands away from each other. Flex your feet almost as if you were standing on the ground. So your calves press down, maybe the heels even lift up. Firm your inner thighs. Knit your ribs towards your hips. Squeeze your core. Try to pull the lower back to the mat. See, I'm almost like shaking so much, my voice is wavering. It's really hard, even though it doesn't look that hard. For 3, 2, 1. Release. Knees into your chest. Keep your left knee in, plant your right foot. Half happy baby, left elbow or left knee towards left armpit. Catch your foot or your ankle and try to pull the shin bone down in towards the knee joint. Right leg can stay bent, or for more sensation, extend it forward, foot flexed. I like right arm out to the right if you have the space. Breathe into your left hip. 3, 2, 1. Twisting left knee over to the right, cactus your left arm, palm face up. Breathing into your left lung, left side of the body. Unwind as you come back onto your back, figure 4 bridge. Left ankle over right thigh, arms by your side. Stamp through your right heel and send your hips up. Left knee in the direction of the mat, hip points up. Press down through the back of your skull. And then slowly lower your hips down. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out wide. Press the outer edges of your feet towards each other and down as you lift your hips up. Squeeze your glutes and that area where the hamstring meets the glutes. Can you send your hips up a little bit more? 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower that down. Close your knees like a book and then hug your knees towards you. Catch behind your hamstrings and take some big rocks all the way up the length of your spine. We'll do about 5. And then you'll use momentum and maybe the help of your hands on that last one to make a big U-turn into a standing forward fold. Once you get there, widen your stance, mat's distance. Bend your knees a lot so the crown of the head sinks towards the mat. And then from here, hands can stay down. You could clasp your hands behind your head or catch opposite elbows. Find a sway side to side, or maybe you draw some figure 8s with the elbows. That usually feels pretty nice. Notice the gradual softening, the gradual opening in the entire backside of the body. Use your exhales to fold a little deeper, and then let's switch to the opposite forearm or opposite fingers on top. Maybe you add a little bob with the head up and down. You shake your head out yes and no. Deep inhales, complete exhales. Release your hands. Big bend right knee, right hand to the mat. Stretch your left arm high. Option 1, make a fist and roll out your wrist. Option 2, wrap your left arm behind your back, find your hip crease. Tuck your right rib under, peel your left rib up, broaden through your collarbones, spine stays long. Press down through that right hand to lift up through your chest. And release. Left hand replaces the right, big bend left knee. Stretch your right arm to the sky. Option 1, make a fist and roll out your wrist. Option 2, wrap your arm behind your back, peel your chest to the right. Press down with the left palm to lift up through the chest. Maybe you even gaze up for 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Come up onto your fingertips, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Flatten your back, feel the shoulders tug down the spine. Exhale, fold. Imagine your head going between your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze and fold. Last time, halfway lift. This time, palm the mat, step back to a plank. In your plank pose, imagine scrunching the mat up underneath you. So you're trying to drag your hands towards your toes and drag your toes towards your hands. When you think about this, you'll probably feel your core engage even more. You might even feel the tailbone tuck back towards the heels, firm your glutes. Can you lengthen your arms, look down between your thumbs, squeeze, really activate for 3. Steady breathing, 2. 1. With or without the help of your knees, come all the way down onto your belly. Once you're there, stack your palms. Bring your right knee out to the right, so you have a 90-degree bend. Your ankle's in line with your knee in line with your hip. Right palm is on top, and then rest your forehead on your right hand. Now it's easy to be pretty passive here. Try to press your right hip point and right inner thigh down. So you're kind of squeezing your glutes, pressing your pubic bone down into the mat. Your right leg is active, foot flexed. 3, 2. Right hand under right shoulder. Reach your left arm all the way out to the left, palm face down. Start to roll onto the left shoulder, left hip as you step your right foot behind you. Rest your left ear to the mat so there's less tension in your neck. Stay here or half wrap the right arm behind the back. Breathe through that left shoulder, left side of the chest. Notice the uncomfortable sensation slowly starts to disappear or at least dissipate. Slowly roll yourself back through center. We'll switch. Stack your palms with the left palm on top. Bring your left knee out to the left. Create a 90-degree bend. Your foot is flexed so the toes point out. And then think of pressing your left hip point, left inner thigh down. So again, you're firming your glutes, pubic bone down towards the mat. Even that right leg is a little bit active. Plant your left hand under your left shoulder, right arm all the way out to the right. The palm is face down. And then you'll roll onto your right hip, right shoulder, and step your left foot behind you. Left arm can half wrap if that feels nice. Breathe into the right shoulder joint, right side of the chest. 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down, roll back onto your chest. Cactus your arms. Press down through the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift your chest. Try to tug the elbows back towards the hips. And then inhale, stretch your arms forward. Lengthen through your waist. Gaze to the top of your mat for 3. Lift more. 2, 1. Hands under your shoulders. Press up, cobra. Maybe you roll the shoulders back and down or move the shoulders forwards, backwards, rocking a little bit side to side, just kind of waking up the abdomen, the front of the body. And then we'll press back, child's pose. Knees together or out wide, forehead to the mat. Press the palms down so the elbows and forearms lift up. And then walk your hands to the right, side body stretch. Left hip sinks back. Walk your hands to the left. Breathing into the right side body. Back through tabletop. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. If you feel your hands are slipping, you can always grab the outside of the mat, thumbs on top. Bring some movement into your body here, whether that's shaking your head out, pedaling your heels, or bouncing your hips up and down. Notice some softness, lightness, or space being created as you start to move and breathe intentionally. Lift your heels up, bend your knees, bear pose. Drive your belly into your thighs, lift up from your outer hips. Can you lengthen your arms and press the palms down? Great. Slowly start to tiptoe your feet towards your hands, top of the mat. Once you're there, big toes touching or hips distance. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, squeeze. Press into your feet, rise all the way up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands, heart center, and arms down by your side. Samastitihi, take an inhale and an exhale. Press into your feet, feel your inner thighs engage. Inhale, stretch your arms up, look up. Right hand grabs the left wrist and lean over to the right. Send your hips to the left. Weights to the heels, maybe even float your toes off the mat. Melt the shoulders down the spine. Lift your chin a little away from your chest. Inhale back through center, switch your grip and lean to the left. Hips go to the right. Inhale back through center. Cactus your arms, open your chest. Hide your elbows away from you. Bind your hands with the right thumb on top. Clamp the palms together, curl back. Lean back, and then bend your knees as you forward fold. If it feels good on your shoulders, keep that grip. Let the hands fall up and over your body, gradually straightening the legs a little bit more. Release your hands to the mat and inhale, halfway lift. Plant your palms, step back with your left foot. So the left foot steps back, right leg, send it high. Bend your right knee, stack your right hip over your left. So we're in a crooked down dog or three-legged down dog. Roll out the ankle, roll out the hip, any movement that feels good. Even pressure in your palms. And then square off that right hip. Inhale, find your toes. Exhale, step up to your right thumb. Left knee drops, both arms up. Inhale, low lunge. Inner thighs engage, lift up out of your waist. If it feels all right, shift your gaze up, lean back a little bit. And then right hand grabs your left wrist and lean over to the right. Keep lunging your hips forward, stamping through your right heel. Lift up out of that left rib cage. Back through center, half splits. Let's see if we can walk the hands over to the right. I like palms tented, but you can always bring the palms down to the mat. Feel the femur bone on the right leg pull back towards your hip socket. Rebend your right knee. Pivot your left shin behind you so the toes are off the long edge of the mat. And then you'll walk your hands over the top left corner of your mat. Drop your head. Look towards your left heel. Your right knee is tracking in the direction of your toes. Your left shin is pressing down into the mat. You should feel a stretch in your right hip for 3, 2. Walk your hands over to the left. Left hand back of the mat, gate pose. Sweep your right arm overhead. Firm your glutes. Press your hips forward. Maybe you spiral your chest up. Look up towards your right hand. 3, 2, 1. Right hand down. Step your left foot back, plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Drive your heels in the direction of the mat. It's okay if you have to bend your knees. Lift your heels up, bend your knees a lot, bear pose. Kind of lifting, kind of arching the lower back a little bit. Can you get the outsides of the hips higher? And then start to tiptoe your feet. Take as many steps as you can towards the top of your mat, which technically is the back of your mat. Feet meet the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, squeeze. Press into your feet, rise, reach your arms, look up. Exhale, hands heart and hands side, samastitihi. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Right hand, catch your left wrist, lean to the right. Squeeze your right oblique, bump your hips to the left. Big stretch, left side body. Back through center, inhale, your gaze stays forward and lean to the left. Switch that grip first. Big stretch, right side body. Back through center, cactus arms. This time, look up, curl back, lean back. Bind your hands with the left thumb on top. Clamp the palms. Can you lean back more? Bend your knees as you forward fold. Let the hands fall up and over the body. Maybe notice a little bit more space the second time you do it. Release your hands to the mat, halfway lift. Palms down, step back, right foot only. Send your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Bend your left knee, hip stack. Any movement that feels good. Try to drive your right heel in the direction of your mat. Make sure you go both directions, whatever movement you're doing. And then left leg up and back, foot flexed. Find your toes. Inhale. Exhale, step up to your thumb. Right knee down, low lunge. Both arms come up. Squeeze inner thighs, lift up out of your waist. If it feels all right, little back bend, look up. Left hand, right wrist, lean to the left. Drive your hips forward. Press down through your right toenails. Lift your torso back up, half split. If possible, walk those hands over to the left. Shoulders down the spine, gentle tuck of your chin. Think spine is super long. Belly button towards your tailbone. And then let's rebend the left knee. Pivot your right shin behind you so the toes are off the mat. Walk your hands over that top right corner and drop your head. So your upper body's in a down dog, arms extended. Your left knee is driving in the direction of your toes. And then your right toes are probably off the mat. Your shin is pressing down. Feel this stretch in your left hip. Walk your hands along the long edge of your mat until the right hand comes to the top. Sweep the left arm overhead. Big stretch. Gate pose. Firm your glutes, press your hips forward. Can you spiral your chest up and look up? Left hand down, step your right foot back, plank. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet hips distance, hand shoulder width are a little wider. Ujjayi breathing in and out through your nose. Gentle contraction, back of your throat. Even breath in, even breath out. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Rise all the way up, reach up, lean back a little bit. No pause in the middle, we're just diving it right back down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten. Palm the mat, step or jump back, Vinyasa. Meet in a downward facing dog. 5 Ujjayi breaths. Starfish your hands so the fingers spread really wide. Point your fingers forward. Can you make more space between the shoulder blades? Protract. Lengthen your arms. Lift from your outer hips. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Look forward, step or jump, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way, look up, reach up, maybe a little back. No pause in the middle, dive it right back down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lifts. Palms down, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward. Exhale, Adho Mukha, downward. Hips up and back. Spiral your inner thighs back. You might feel your kneecaps lift up. Press down through the heels, maybe so much that your toes lift if possible. One more round, Sun Salutation A. We'll meet back here in Downward Facing Dog. When you're ready, heels up, knees bend, look forward, step or jump. Inhale, head up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up, look up, lean back. Exhale, take it back down. Halfway lift. Palm the mat, step or jump back, Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Bring your feet to touch. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step up between your thumbs. Pivot your left heel down, open up, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Melt the shoulders. Look down, can you see your right big toe? If not, right knee more to the right behind you. Think tailbone dropping, crown of the head lifting. Look over your right fingertips. We'll be here for 3, 2, 1. Straight legs, reverse triangle. Imagine lifting up out of your right rib cage, high-fiving the wall behind you if there is one. Rebend your right knee, side angle. Start with your elbow on your thigh, left arm up, and then if that feels good, extend your left arm overhead, palm face down. Try to spiral your chest up towards the sky. Press down through the outside of your left foot. We're sweeping it to the left foot, Skandasana. Big bend in your left knee, flex your right foot so the toes point up. Now if this doesn't feel nice today, you can always plant your hands, lift your hips up a little bit, and bring that right foot down. From here, your hands can be at heart center. You can open your arms wide, or you can walk your hands forward. Sinking the tailbone down, breathe into your hips. We'll be here for 3, 2. Lift your hips up and straighten your legs on 1. The right hand down under your nose, stretch your left arm high, twist. Press down through your right palm to lift your chest. Bump your hips to the right. Stay here or half wrap your left arm behind your back. Stay here or right hand can reach towards your left ankle, kind of pulling yourself towards the left, but you still want your spine long. So think tailbone back, crown of the head forward, twisting like ropes. Unwind yourself and walk to the top of your mat, runner's lunge. Next inhale, rise up, high lunge, crescent warrior. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze that left glute, inhale. Exhale, sweep your arms back, hover your chest. Pinkies close to each other, firm your triceps. Reach your arms out wide and then forward, palms face each other. Start to shift your weight into your right leg. Find a warrior 3. You can keep your arms extended or bring your hands to heart center. Gentle tuck of your chin, gaze down. Lift up from your left heel. And then dive yourself down to standing splits. Kick your left leg up more. Forehead towards your right shin. And then we'll step that left foot behind the right so the ankles are crossed. Walk your hands over to the right. Big stretch, left side body. You can always put a little bend into the knees here if you need. Walk your hands back through center, uncross your ankles, big toes touch, bend your knees, chair pose. Reach both arms up. Weight to the heels, maybe even flutter the toes. On your inhale, look up, reach up, feel the length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Palms down, step or jump back, chaturanga. We'll meet downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, step between your thumbs. Pivot yourself up into a warrior 2. Heel to arch, deep bend left knee. Make sure you can see your left big toes. Squeeze your glute muscles towards each other to open up the hips more. Shift your gaze over your left fingertips and steady your breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Straight legs, reverse triangle. Lift up out of your waist. Big inhale. Exhale, side angle. Start with the elbow on the thigh and the right arm up. And then if that's going well, the right arm overhead, palm face down. You're stretching from the outside of your right foot all the way through your right pinky finger for 3. Spiral your chest up. 2, 1. Skandasana, right leg. So come to the back of your mat, big bend right knee. Same options as side 1, so choose what suits you. Try to do the same variation that you took. Big opening through your hips. Breathe through that sensation. As you lift your hips, plant your left hand down under your nose. Stretch your right arm up. Bump your hips a little bit to the left. Stay here or right arm behind the back. Stay here or left hand towards your right ankle. You're still trying to keep your spine long. Firm down the outsides of your feet. Unwind yourself and walk towards the top of your mat, runner's lunge. Next inhale, bring your arms up, high lunge, crescent warrior. Firm your right glute, big stretch. Sink deeper, inhale, exhale, sweep those arms back. Find your left big toe, your spine is long. Reach your arms forward, palms face each other. Start to shift your weight into your left leg, warrior 3. Your arms can stay forward or you can draw them to heart center. Drop your right hip, right shoulder just a tad. Start to dive yourself down, standing splits. Forehead towards your left shin, squeeze your right glute to lift your leg. Step your right foot behind your left, ankles crossed, walk hands to the left. Big stretch through the right side. Knees can always bend a bit if you need. Hands walk back through center. Uncross your feet, big toes touch, bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale. Look up, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Palms to the mat, step or jump back, Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. One time crunch right knee towards right tricep and then try to hug it up higher. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, step between your thumbs. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Straight legs, reverse triangle, look up. Exhale, side angle, elbow to thigh, arm overhead. Shift your weight to your left foot, Skandasana. Maybe you fly your arms and look up towards that right hand. Right hand down, hips up, lift your left arm high, twisting. Walk your hands towards the top of your space, runners. Inhale, high lunge, reach up. Exhale, arms back, hover. Arms forward, warrior three. Anything you want with the arms. See how long you can take to come to a standing split, eventually fingertips to the mat. Step your left foot to meet your right, just feet together, knees bend, chair pose. We're gonna take a traditional Malasana. So I'll have you lift your heels up as you kind of come forward into a crouching position. The knees go out wide. Your heels are up off the mat and you're pressing down through the balls of the feet. Walk your hands forward. Now you're trying to get the heels to touch and the heels on the mat. As you can feel or see, this is pretty challenging. So what I like to do to help is walk the hands back behind underneath me, palms face up, almost like I was gonna take a seat back into my hands. Tuck your chin into your chest so you're rounding your back. Now just try to get the heels a little bit closer to each other and then closer to the mat. You need to squeeze your knees in towards your armpits so your inner thighs are pretty engaged here. You should feel a nice stretch through the lower back, right around the hips. Start to walk your hands out in front of you. We have the option for crow pose exit. If you know it, if you want it, go for it. If you want to practice your crow pose in any other arm balances, you can visit my Vimeo page. I have a 1-week intro to inversions and arm balances with tips and tricks to get you there. When you're ready, chaturanga. We'll meet downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Crunch left knee to left tricep. How high can you hug it up? Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step between your thumbs. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, straight legs, look up. Exhale, side angle. Skandasana, shift the weight to your right leg. Maybe you fly your arms, reach, look. And then left hand down, hips up, twist to the right, right arm up. Walk your hands over to the right, just kidding, over to the left foot. Rise to a high lunge, crescent warrior. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, arms forward. Come into your warrior three, balance. Bring your hands to heart center and see how long you can dive down to standing splits. Eventually, hands to the mat. Squeeze your right glute. Step your right foot to meet your left, fold. Knees bend, chair pose. This time, hands heart center. Let's lift those heels up. And you're trying to parallel your thighs with the mat. So you're pressing the knees forward as you sink your butt towards your heels. Squeeze the ankle bones towards each other and then the knees towards each other. Engage your core, press your thumbs into your sternum, 3. Toe stand for 2. Maybe you bring your hands down on 1 to drop your seat back, Navasana. Parallel your shins with the mat, palms face each other. Plug the shoulders back into the socket. Stay here or straighten your legs for 3, 2, 1. As slow as you can, lower all the way down onto your mat. Extend your arms overhead. Nice big stretch like we did in the beginning. Hug your knees into your chest. Stamp your heels on the mat in front of you. Arms by your side, palms down. Tuck your pelvis, lift your hips, bridge pose. Squeeze the space where your hamstrings meet your glutes. Press down through the back of your skull, and then think of lifting your chin away from your chest. Slowly lower your hips down. Hug your knees into your chest. Catch behind your hamstrings. We'll rock again maybe 5 times. This time you'll use your momentum and maybe the help of your hands to meet in a chair pose. Knees bent, arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift and lengthen, and exhale for Vinyasa. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back, bend your right knee, stack your right hip over your left, shift your weight forward, left heel lift. Stay here or start to step your right foot behind you, drop your left heel to the mat. Your left leg is straight, left shoulder over left wrist, so the right arm is reaching. Wild thing for 3, 2, 1, right hand down, step your right foot to your right thumb. Find a warrior 1 once you're there. Warrior 1, right foot forward. Bind your hands behind your back, right thumb on top. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, keep your grip, humble warrior. Dive your chest inside your right leg and then bump your hips to the left. You can gaze at the middle of your mat or towards your left heel, wherever there is least tension on your neck. Hands down, walk over to the left. Plant your hands wide-legged fold. Make it super active. Press through the outsides of the feet. Feel your inner thighs lift up. You can almost press down and forward into the mat to help you fold. Inhale, halfway lift, come up onto the fingertips. While you're there, heels in, toes out, and then bring your hands onto your thighs for goddess. Hands on your thighs. Drop your right shoulder towards your left knee and then look over your left shoulder. Use your hands to kind of press the knees away from each other. You should feel a stretch through your inner thighs. As you unwind through center, reach your arms up for 3, 2, straight legs 1, left toes in, right toes out, warrior 2. We'll take a breath in, reverse your warrior, and then exhale for side angle. So options here, stay here. Option 2, half wrap. Option 3, you'll slide your right arm under your right leg. Try to catch your fingers or your left wrist. So if you're in this bind, it's easy to drop your torso down and look towards the mat. I want you to think of peeling your chest up still. You can stay here, or our last option is birds of paradise. You'll take 1 step first, halfway with that left foot, and then left foot comes all the way to the top of the mat while keeping the bind. All 10 toes point forward. Stamp through your left heel. Hug your right knee towards your right armpit as you rise up, the whole time keeping that grip. Eventually, left leg straight. Gaze forward. Stay here or work to straighten your right leg. 3, 2, 1. From birds of paradise, rebend your right knee. Start to bend into that left knee, come all the way down. If you're inside angle, I'll have you step your left foot up to the top of your mat. We'll all release our hands down so we're in a wide-legged fold. Widen your stance. Point your toes off the edges of the mat for a Malasana Yogi squat. bring your hands to heart center. Stamp through your heels and then use your elbows to press your knees away. Use your right elbow to block your right knee. Plant your right hand in front of your toes. Reach your left arm high twist. Stay here, half wrap or full bind. Now if you're going for that full bind, you'll notice I'm kind of shifting into the right leg. So try to press down through that left foot. Stay even pressure in your feet. We'll all release, hands down. Keep your right foot exactly as it is. I'll have you take a big step back with your left foot and drop the knee for crooked monkey. Left hand stays on the mat or maybe to a block. Right hand to right thigh, press and twist a little bit to the right. If you want a deeper stretch, bend your left knee, reach back for your foot. Right knee driving in the direction of the right toes. Release that back foot if you've got it. Plant your right hand. Tuck your left toes just a little bit, enough to slide your right knee behind your right wrist for Pigeon Pose. Pigeon Pose on the right. You can stay upright. You could walk forward onto your forearms. Maybe you stack the palms, or if you have a pillow or bolster, you can place that under your chest, or maybe something under your right hip. Try to find a little bit of discomfort in this posture. So if you find a little bit of sensation, you notice your breath kind of can take it away. So as you go through each round of breathing with intention, nice and slow, you'll notice that that uncomfortable sensation, it either starts to disappear or at least lessen. And this is how you push your edge out a little bit further to advance your physical yoga practice. Because if you just continue to do the same exact thing every single day, obviously nothing is going to change. So if you can find your edge, breathe through it, and then push it out a little bit more each time. One more breath. Walk your hands back in towards you. Tuck your left toes. Have you step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs if you need. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Bend your knee, stack your hips. Hug your left heel towards your seat. Stay here or lift your right heel. Shift your weight forward. Step your left foot behind you. Your right heel pivots down, right leg straight. Right shoulder over right wrist. Left arm reaching for 3. Wild thing for 2. And 1. Left hand down. Step your left foot up to your left thumb. Find a warrior 1. So we're in warrior 1 on the left side. Both arms up, shoulders, hips square as possible. Bind your hands behind your back, left thumb on top. Inhale, reach those hands away from you, curl back. Dive your chest inside your left leg. Make sure there's no tension on the back of the neck, so either look at the middle of your mat or back towards your right heel. Bump your hips a little bit to the right. Try to clamp your palms together. Release your hands, walk to the right, wide-legged fold. Either hands to the mat, peace sign fingers, big toes, or catch the outsides of your feet. Imagine you're kind of pulling yourself forward, using the strength of your upper body to fold over your lower body. One more breath. Fingertips in front of you, halfway lift and lengthen. Heels in, toes out. Bring your hands onto your thighs for goddess. And then drop your left shoulder towards your right knee. Look up over your right shoulder. Use your hands to press your knees away from each other. Squeeze your glute muscles towards each other. As you unwind, reach your arms up for 3. Stamp through your heels, sink lower for 2. 1, straight legs, right toes in, left toes out, warrior 2. Widen the stance if you need. 1 breath, inhale, reverse, look up. Exhale, side angle. Now again, lots of options here. Option 1, stay exactly where you are. Option 2, half wrap, right arm behind the back. Option 3, slide your left arm under your left leg. It has to be in front of the leg. Catch a wrist or fingertips. Now if you've got this bind, make sure you're not jumping forward. You're still peeling your chest up towards the sky. Stay here or step your right foot up once, halfway, and then twice all the way. So all 10 toes are facing the top of the mat. You've still got your bind around your left leg. Stamp through your right heel. Put a little bend in your knees as you rise all the way up. Standing on the right leg. Hug your left knee in towards the shoulder. Your inner thigh has to engage, just like in Malasana, that first one we did. Stay here, straighten your leg for 3. 2. 1, rebend your left knee, start to bend into your right knee. We'll slowly come all the way back down, and once you're there, release the grip. From side angle, take a big step with your right foot towards the top of your mat. We'll meet in a standing forward fold with a really wide stance. Toes out, drop your seat. Yogi squat. Hands heart, lift your sternum, lift the crown of your head. Left elbow blocks your left knee. Plant your hand in front of your toes. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Keep pressing down through your right heel. Stay here or wrap, bind. If you're bound, release that. Hands down. Keep your left foot exactly as it is. Big step back with your right foot, right knee to the mat, crooked monkey. Your right hand stays down on the mat or a block. Left hand, left thigh, press. Drive your hips forward. Stay here or left hand, right foot. Wow, I don't know if you guys can see this, but my shorts, my toes, and my ankle bracelet are all the same exact color. What a pleasant surprise. Release that grip if you've got it. And then you'll tuck your right toes just enough to slide your left knee behind your left wrist. Pigeon pose, left side. Right leg can walk back, down onto forearms or palms stack. Any variation you took on side 1, try to duplicate it. Again, pushing yourself to find that edge, and the edge doesn't mean pain. So there's a difference between discomfort and pain, especially joint pain. So that's what we for sure want to avoid. Use your breath to make that uncomfortable sensation lessen or disappear. One more breath. And then slowly walk hands back. This time we'll swing the right leg around. We'll shake out the legs for a moment. So your legs are extended forward towards the top of your mat. Bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. Scoot your seat close to your heels. Grab your feet or your ankles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Use your elbows to press the knees, the legs down towards the mat. Sternum coming forward, shoulders down your spine. Lift yourself back up. Plant your feet out in front of you. I think we've done this stretch a few times before, so if you've taken my other classes. So feet are in front of you, plant your hands behind you. Just start to windshield wiper your knees kind of side to side. Feels like a nice little massage for the glutes. And then next time your knees are over to the right, stay there. You can either stay here, or I like to put the right foot on top of the left knee and kind of twist to the left. Now I can really feel this in kind of like the left glute, left hip. Release your right foot if it's on top, and then drop your knees over to the left. Same options. Stay here, or left foot on top of the right knee, and you're twisting a little bit to the right. Release the left foot if it's on top. Bring your knees back through center. Arms stretch forward. Slowly lower all the way down to your back. Nice. All right. Knees into your chest. Find a gentle rock. Almost there. Knees to armpits. Happy baby. Catch your feet, ankles, or big toes. Sometimes I like to even grab the feet from the inside and kind of do like a little mini massage. If that doesn't gross you out, touching your feet that much. Pull your tailbone back down towards the mat. Gentle tuck of your chin. You can rock a little bit side to side if that feels good. Bring your knees together. Bump your hips to the right. Drop your knees to the left. If you'd like to cross your right knee over your left, you can do that as well. Twist. Right shoulder melts down. Maybe notice how this twist feels compared to that first one that we took. Maybe there's more space, more depth, or a little bit more comfort. Slow unwind through center. Reset your hips. Hips left, knees right. And if you'd like to wrap that right leg over the left, you're more than welcome to. Left arm to the left, twisting. Slow unwind through center. Hug your knees into your chest. Gentle tuck of your chin. Give yourself a squeeze. Extend your legs. Sprawl out. Shavasana. Make one adjustment, at least one adjustment, to make yourself more comfortable. If you need to place a towel over your eyes or part your lips, maybe you make a fist and let it go. See if you can give yourself this gift, this final minute of complete relaxation. You've already done the most challenging part of this video, physically. So see if you can just stay on your mat for 60 more honest seconds. I'll guide you out when it's time. Make your next inhale a little bit deeper. Your next exhale more complete. Little wiggle fingers and toes. Notice the space, the peace, the bliss, whatever it is that you've created. Take a big stretch. Maybe you arch your back. Knees to chest, and then roll to one side, fetal pose. Soak up the richness, the beauty, the bliss of this moment and this moment only. Not worrying about what's done or what's to come. Make your way to any comfortable seat. Tall spine, shoulders relaxed. Hands heart center, take an inhale. Exhale, audible sigh. Head towards your heart. Om Shanti means Om peace. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in and for practicing with me. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you loved in the comments or what you would like to see more of in the coming weeks. New videos every single Wednesday. And if you are interested in that inversions arm balance workshop, I will go ahead and put the link in the description below. Go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram and let me know when you're practicing with me. I love seeing you all practicing around the globe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I can't wait to see you again next week.